Defining atheism and agnosticism. Atheism and agnosticism are both positions regarding belief in a deity, but they differ in their views on certainty and knowledge about the existence of God or gods. Atheism involves a lack of belief in deities, while agnosticism centers on the uncertainty of knowing whether a deity exists. Atheism. Lack of belief in deities. Atheism is the belief that no gods exist. An atheist rejects the concept of a deity or deities, and this position can range from passive disbelief to a more active assertion that gods do not exist. Atheism does not necessarily imply hostility toward religion but simply an absence of belief in the supernatural. Agnosticism. Uncertainty about deity existence. Agnosticism is the view that it is impossible to know whether any gods exist. Agnostics do not make definitive claims about the existence of deities. Instead, they believe that knowledge of such matters is either unknown or unknowable, focusing on the limits of human understanding rather than a rejection of belief. Certainty. Atheism versus agnosticism. Atheism is a more definitive stance, asserting that gods do not exist. It involves a conclusion, either based on personal conviction or a lack of evidence for deities. Agnosticism, by contrast, is characterized by uncertainty, acknowledging that there is insufficient evidence to make a definitive judgment about the existence of a higher power. Theism and atheism. Opposite positions. Theism, which is the belief in one or more gods, is the opposite of atheism. Atheism simply negates theism, stating that belief in deities is unwarranted. Agnosticism, however, does not deny the existence of gods but expresses doubt, often focusing on the limitations of human knowledge rather than a firm position on belief. Agnosticism. A middle ground position. Agnosticism occupies a middle ground between theism and atheism. Agnostics may acknowledge the possibility of gods existing but argue that such existence is beyond human comprehension or empirical proof. Unlike atheism, agnosticism does not assert a definite disbelief but rather highlights epistemological uncertainty. Atheism. Active disbelief. Some atheists are strong atheists, who actively assert that there are no gods, while others may be weak atheists, simply lacking belief without making a definitive claim. Regardless of the strength of belief, atheism is fundamentally about the absence of faith in a deity or deities, driven by skepticism or lack of evidence. Agnosticism. Intellectual humility. Agnostics often take an intellectually humble approach, suggesting that certain questions, such as the existence of God, are beyond current human understanding. This stance is based on the belief that human beings are not equipped to know with certainty about matters that transcend physical evidence or logical reasoning. Common confusion between atheism and agnosticism. Atheism and agnosticism are sometimes confused because both involve non-theistic positions. However, the key difference lies in certainty. Atheism rejects belief in deities, while agnosticism expresses doubt and the belief that the existence of a deity cannot be known. Agnostics may or may not lean toward atheism, but they don't claim to have definitive knowledge. Philosophical perspectives. Atheism versus agnosticism. From a philosophical perspective, atheism is often rooted in arguments against theism, such as the problem of evil or the lack of empirical evidence for gods. Agnosticism, on the other hand, aligns with epistemological concerns, focusing on the limits of human knowledge and the inability to make conclusive statements about the supernatural or metaphysical realms.